is like watching legal porn. I mean, well, it's like watching porn on YouTube.
Hey everybody, welcome to a kind of a post-game from a video I posted yesterday on this channel, Orks versus Deathwatch. Ron was playing the Deathwatch, I was playing the Orks. My first time playing Orks on my channel, and I did the Ork thing where I just shot everybody because I did the Ork thing. We're going to talk about a few things. I actually really like this book, and I'm jealous of it over other Marine books. And we'll start the conversation at the end about me possibly converting my Raven Guard over to Deathwatch, because we have no iconography on them yet. But, first of all, Orks are really good.
Yeah, they hurt.
Because
They're cheap.
They're cheap. We fill the table. I still feel that, and anybody can weigh in below this conversation in this room or in the comments, that I can't really gauge how well they do at shooting because I've been consistently rolling above average for every one of my Ork games.
Yeah.
Have you ever bothered to actually keep track to see if you are, though, or does it just feel like that way?
When you hit on fives and you have more than 50% hits consistently,
And then rolling more hits.
and that's not.
I'd be curious, because looking at the way you build your list, it's just a ton of redundancy, so I don't even think you would notice if you were rolling subpar.
Okay, so my Ork shooting from my Morkanaut is more reliable to me than all my mech guns.
Yes.
The mech guns may or may not hit, or may not wound. The Morkanaut always does.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't. He shouldn't. Like, he's not a...
He's always held his points in his weight. Every battle that I've seen.
Every game I play with him.
Yeah.
I have not had a bad showing for a Morkanaut yet, and they're not considered to be an overly competitive choice in the book.
No, because there's a lot of things, and there's also a lot of things in other codexes that can kill him very quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Me, not so much.
Well, I mean, you have a lot of wounds in a custom force, which really does help in toughness 8. Okay,
Yeah.
before we go on any farther, last chance. We're talking about the game I posted yesterday. It might be spoilers from here on out from that game.
Yeah.
But we're gonna talk about other things as well. But yeah, so I debated on going second.
Yeah.
I think in hindsight it was better to not. If I went second, I would have negated your first turn.
Yeah.
And essentially got twice as much shooting on you. However,
My deep striking would have been better.
your deep striking would have been significantly better, which means you could have got to my back lines.
Backlines and on more objectives and...
I'm finding, especially this Chapter Proof 2018 is a scenario game.
Yeah.
And Orcs
troops are like gold now.
Yeah. We're fast, we fill the table, we block deep striking,
Yep.
we block reinforcements, we're on tons of objectives. We're not paying a bunch of points for armor because we don't need it. We gotta stay out of combat because the only way my Orks die is if aggressors are combat.
Yeah,
I lose the scouts in combat.
Spoilers, I had what, 16 chainsword attacks?
Yep, and did better than my...
I did better than my bolters, and I'm better with bolters.
Yeah. Orks can't really take the fight anymore. It used to be you'd run in, take the fight, and then tie something down and keep going. Now they're just gonna back away and shoot you. I don't know, and by it, I am no means an Ork expert. I'm an experienced Warhammer player. I don't think Orks are the combat army anymore. I know there are Ork players that are thoroughly disagree with you, buddy. I'm gonna talk for Mike Rowe for a second because I don't think he cares. Mike Rowe, but Mike,
he's not watching.
He's not watching. Actually, he might. He still tends to think shooting might be a trap. He doesn't play like we've discussed this. He hasn't played a whole lot to know, but he still thinks shooting might be a trap. I suspect, and I could be wrong. He might be very well right.
Yeah.
I suspect that he is just used to playing like charging and wah. But I'm strongly thinking that my style of play, which is I know different from most people, is very much an Ork style play now.
Yeah.
Avoid.
Well, you're a good movement player. Not a lot of players are good at movement.
I think
Movement won you this game.
100%. I know movement is probably one of the most important phases of the game. I think my strongest skill, my biggest asset in wargaming, is I consider myself really good at target priority.
Yeah.
And then I do my movement in that consideration.
Yeah.
I
have to work on my target priority.
I try to be as defensive as I possibly can.
Yeah.
In the movement phase, while trying to kill as much of the stuff that I need to kill.
Yeah.
For the way I'm currently sitting, it's hard to explain. But yeah, it is my playstyle. I think Orks, this edition, and to be fair, I wanted to play Bad Moon Orks before this book came out. I feel a little bandwagon hopping, but Josh can back me up here. Before the book came out, Well over a year now. Well, how long? More than a year ago, maybe even 2. No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen
a long time ago.
on Miniwargamer. I saw some open vaults and stuff like that even before the book came out, where you were discussing, you want to take over Orks.
I wanted bad modes. I want Gretchen and mech stuff. That's what I always wanted.
Yeah.
And it turns out that the book is perfectly written for that, for my playstyle. Now, you may disagree, though I you can argue that Evil Sons might be the best of all the cultures.
Well, mixing. You don't like mixing. Evil Sons with bad moves. My friend Brave, who plays, his first army was Orks, and he did Gene Silk and Admech, but now he's focusing on Orks in our league, and he came in number 2 in a local tournament. You use the charging to hold up stuff, and then when it's their turn, you fall back with the Evil Sons and you shoot with the bad moons, and it's just it's devastating. It's horrible because they get +1 a thing, and if they're near a war boss, they get to advance and charge, and then you tie up that unit of Marines.
+1 to advance, +1 to your charge.
Exactly.
You're going to advance. Take the shooters, even though you want to be in combat. Take the shooters, run up, dock it if you have to, and hit everything on 5s and shoot again, and then charge.
Even the jumping Evil Sons. See, this is the thing that's going to kill knights as well. Well, not all knights. The big knights can obviously fall back and shoot. But when you have maybe armigers and warglaives, when you charge 30 boys into 3 or 4 of them, they're not going to be working the rest of the game. Because, now they have a knight, but you have 1 model versus... How many did you have?
40 to 1 squad. Right?
Exactly, yeah. So
I've always found that deep striking a Morkanaut is better at dealing with that kind of stuff. Because he's going to shoot twice at a couple of targets, and then he's going to go ahead and do, crushing charge, or whatever, the 3d6 charge that does more wounds to go in, and he's going to deal with a couple of things a turn. Yeah. But Orks don't lack things that can, even people don't like dreadnoughts, death dreads. Make it agent charge. Here we go, and everything's ridiculous. Here we go, we're going 1 or both dice.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like if I lose one of my troop choices, it hurts me than you losing 2 of your 30 boys.
Don't care.
Exactly.
Here's the thing: every time I play the 30 boys, they do exactly what they're supposed to do. Get shot. They're terrifying. You can't let them cross the field. It's 30 wounds to go through, or 40 in this case, because I mobbed up another squad. Pain Boy, custom force field. It saved a few.
It did.
That's for Grotz, you're saying, right?
No,
no, he had like 10 Grotz in front of 40 boys they mobbed up. And I'm 30, like 40 boys.
30-man squad and a 10-man squad mobbed up for one 40-man squad. And okay, so the weird boy, the custom mech, custom force field, the Pain Boy and blob of 40 boys isn't going to survive much, but people get scared of it, put a bunch of shots in it, and it takes a bunch of shots. Yeah. It buys me time to keep shooting at the things I need to shoot at.
Yeah, absolutely.
DACA jets are a linchpin to the army. They block what they need to block.
Yeah.
They assassinate what they need to assassinate. And they're so scary that I know it's going to die in that turn or the next turn.
Yeah.
But that's their point. They're 148 points to get shot at, and they don't always die. Sometimes you just don't kill them, and they're relatively effective in shooting still.
Yeah.
So Orks, there's not a lot more I can say about them. I love my bad moons. Let's talk about the Deathwatch for a second in today's game.
I love them. I think they're the. In my opinion, I think they're the. People are gonna hate me when I say this. I think they're the most. Well, obviously they have a variety, but to me they're the best Space Marine chapter. Codex.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Because
I think
so much versatility.
for you, definitely for the playstyle, yeah, like
for 8th edition.
For playing 8th edition, yeah. And they feel like Space Marines, because Space Marines don't feel like Space Marines when you play them now. Codex Space Marines doesn't feel like
No.
So
and they have a person, and even in competitive play, they have a personality. Ultramarines to me do not have a personality.
Nope.
I don't want to have, because if I'm going to play Codex Space Marines, I'm not going to play anything but the big blue squads and have Gilliam in the middle, rerolling hits and wounds on everything. It's stupid.
When I've talked to people, because I talk to a lot of people, via email and stuff like that, and whenever we talk to Marines, we talk about like, what's your whole build, what's your whole army, like what do you bring? But when I talk to Deathwatch players, we don't usually talk about the whole army. We talk about what's your squad loadout.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's on a whole different level.
Why do you have 2 of these bolters? Why do you have 2 of those frag cannons?
Because that conversation happens for a long time, and then it's like, what's your overall army build? With Marines, it's just what cookie cutter shape did you use?
You have Gilliman? Oh, I know what you're gonna do.
Yeah. With Deathwatch, there's a lot more conversation on how individual squads, because of the versatility of how you can set them up.
That being said, though, we'll focus on Deathwatch, but I do want to throw something in that I think, for me personally, there is a talk as if with potentially Crimson Fists might be a viable Space Marine. Potentially.
Yes. Just because of the Vigilus thing?
No,
the White Dwarf.
Yeah. because you can get a crap ton of shots. And your squads are typically be bigger than or twice your size because you need 3-man squads like Aggressors and Centurions with a lot of. I played a game on Miniwargamer, no spoilers. So we talked about it. It hasn't come out yet. It is a potential, but keep focusing on this because I'm looking at this a lot. So in today's game, or yesterday's game, today for us, but yesterday, everybody watching. What would you have done differently? Forget your list. Play wise.
Play wise,
because I felt that maybe you were over defensive.
I would have tried to convince you to let me go first.
Okay, what would that have done for you?
Maybe a little.
Your
bit more,
aggressors
maybe a little bit
would have done
more,
nothing.
Maybe a little bit more. Yeah.
The guys on top would have done nothing.
Nothing.
This flyer would have came up and killed half my boys.
Yeah.
And the squad over there would have came up and shot nothing.
I think I would have taken out the battalion of intercessors and loaded up a little bit more on aggressors and actually put them because the problem is I didn't have enough points to put things in the sky. I'm also, and this is, I don't know if this is going to hurt, but when you play match play, I'm really thinking about maybe buying 2 or 3 drop pods for them.
What? Drop pods don't exist in 8th edition?
No, okay. I can't put 3 squads of 6 aggressors in the sky. What are my veterans going to do? I have to put them in the sky as well. So if I have the drop pods, at least I can put the veterans in there and they can move out and start shooting stuff.
But you have to put half your army on the table. I mean, some stuff's got to be here.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what one of the reasons why I also wanted to come up here as well is because when I watched the 2 of you go over this on Miniwargaming, I'm like,
painful.
I fell in love with that. I fell in love with Deathwatch just because like you're like, oh, do you better bikers? And then he's like, well, why don't I have special issue? And I'm like, I love this. I love it because I wish they tweak certain things with special issue, like the +1 hit if you're in cover.
That was garbage.
You should also ignore cover.
Yeah.
When you do that, people would use that.
That
like
shit doesn't exist.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay, Josh. I'm gonna talk about that first thing we talked about a second. You saw how it was kind of deployed. You didn't see all of it. You walked in.
I walked in. Yeah.
We were hammering anvil. Tons of guns.
That also hurt too.
It was fantastic for me. Yeah, it was good for me. Now a lot of line of sight blocking, so not all my guns can pick targets, whatever. But that's not a terrible thing.
That was all me. That was a reroll.
What? Yeah, it's
we
true.
had Vanguard.
He actually rolled Vanguard.
And I hate Vanguard.
He wanted Vanguard, so he command pointed it.
2 or 3, and
to Hammer and Anvil.
Hammer and Anvil.
So with what he had, what his army was, which was a couple of really cool mixed squads, 2 units of 5 aggressors,
3 units of intercessors.
Okay, and
2 watch captains on foot, 1 watch captain with a jump pack, Thunderhammer, Storm Shield, a watchmaster, and that's it.
What's your thinking?
And a Corvus with DACA.
What's your thinking deployment wise against Orks? Have you played against Orks yet?
Not with Deathwatch.
Not with Deathwatch.
Actually, yeah, because Kyle didn't want to play against Deathwatch. He wanted to play against Guard.
Kyle's my buddy who completely agrees with me on bad moons, but we also like the same armies and playstyle. So
right. So I think the big thing for Orks is, especially your Orks, you get a ton of shooting, so you got to figure out.
Maybe far back.
Yeah, I think the big thing for
5s though.
It's the same for anything.
Shut up.
It's the same as anything else. I would probably not want to have a whole lot of stuff on the board. Because I want to make you constantly be making decisions and moving all over the place.
But if you're not on the board, I'm filling the table. You can't come down to the table. You can't pick your targets. You can't jump on your objectives because I filled the table. I'm saying you can deploy over here. You can detrack over there, and that's it. Like when it was on his turn, he had this spot right here.
I had all my heavy hitters
and that spot over there. That's all they could fit. He had no options.
So, I haven't bought it for my army yet, but I've wanted to do things like grab a Leviathan because the footprint's not too terrible. And you can strike it. Yep. For a command point.
Yeah, for a command point.
So that's part of the reason why I like running the 5-man squad so much. And everybody rips on me.
5-man of regular vets?
No, I was doing 5-man intercessors for a while when I was doing double battalion. Because it was cheap and I wanted to bring as much other stuff.
And we need command points.
But when it's a 5-man squad, it's more difficult for most opponents to completely block you out of being able to drop a 5-man compared to a big 10-man, right? So that's the thing is that, I'd have to look at how you were dropping and deploying and seeing stuff like that.
Well, basically, I'm deployed on this table, right? Turn 1, everything advances. Turn 2, everything advances spread out within DACA jets.
And then trucks, we're there.
Trucks are fantastic for they're cheap, 65-ish point units that move fast and block more spaces. So I had this much of the table filled up, one deck of jet here. So there's literally there's a semicircle right here you can fit, and there's a corner over there you can fit. That's all. There's nothing back here.
Yeah,
because I need 18 inches between two units, right?
Walking in partway through, it's tough to say. Because that's usually my decision-making process. Is I'm looking at at the beginning of the injury and deployment. I've got certain ones I can drop down on the board, like put on the board. So my Stalker Bolter squads, I don't ever bother deep striking them, and it's not worth it.
No.
But they're there, so the idea is I can start to place that stuff. So when it comes time for me to drop my intercessors or whatever else, I can decide am I going to put them on the board or am I going to start them off. So having multiple small units for Deathwatch is nice because you can kind of figure out what your opponent's got going on.
Okay.
And again, you want as many command points as you can get.
Yeah.
So that's why I like multiple small units. Because I think the thing in the meta that people were pissed off I didn't do was to have one big giant 10-man squad of Primaris and drop that in.
Okay, so this is exactly what that's exactly what I want to do.
So
that's the next thing I want to discuss.
It works.
Okay.
And that's how I first playing.
It's good, but it just, for me, it kind of...
The footprint is really big.
It's a big footprint, and you just very much telegraph what you're doing.
Yeah.
And against an opponent like yourself, I think I would probably run into the circumstance of, it's such a big footprint, you know it's a big footprint, so I need it on the board, because again, it's so many of my points I've invested in this big unit, you're going to be able to force me to drop it. Like, you're going to have stuff all over the board, I got to drop it on my turn 3, you get to pick where I put it. I don't like that.
I'm looking at this book.
You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
This is almost the footprint of an intercessor squad with aggressors.
No, okay, so I'm
going to 2-inch cohesion. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna be.
It's big.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my foot on this thing. This disarm it. Okay, so I'm gonna be the guy who tells Deathwatch players that disagree with them and they're wrong. I have no experience. I could be talking my ass here. I could be way wrong. But this is I'm looking at my Raven Guard, who I haven't put the iconography on yet.
Yeah.
So I can still paint their arm silver and make them Deathwatch.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm looking at the models I have and the list I can make, and actually maybe the next game I play will be with Deathwatch, with my models. I would make squads of 5 intercessors, 4 aggressors, and wait, what's the other one?
The Inceptor, the fallback and shoot.
Yeah, an Inceptor, yes.
Okay.
And I would probably deploy it on the table and run it up the field. Because let me defend myself, because I know people are going to disagree with me. Again, I'm not trying to say, okay, I think I have a pretty good...
It is a 20 wound unit.
It's like 235 points. Okay? It's toughness 5. I'm pretty good at target priority, okay?
Yeah, it is toughness 5.
I don't want to shoot that unit, because I got to go through 10 wounds at toughness 5 before I get to the important models. So either I'm going to dedicate a crap ton of shooting at that one unit to get that one down, and there's 2 more I have to ignore. So typically I like the multiple small unit thing. I think, and again, not experienced, I could be wrong, I'm going to try it.
Try it, absolutely.
Worst thing, I think it might work for me, it might be my thing, but I think I'm going to go, my 3 troop choices are going to be 2 units of those.
Okay.
In one same loadout, but it's 4 Hellblasters.
What kind of weapons are you giving the intercessors?
Rapid fire bolt guns.
The rapid fire ones?
So the thing is, if you do that, you're kind of losing out on the special rule that the aggressors give you, because the aggressors give you the ability to move and fire heavy without the penalty, and move and advance without the penalty.
Don't care.
Because you have assault 2 at 24 inches, but you can make it 30 if you do the special issue ammunition, and
so
you're getting 2 shots.
I'd have to try it. I still think I take the auto. I could. That's okay. So,
but that's adding 30 points to the whole army.
Okay,
which is not bad, right?
Why,
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
30 points not that bad. The reason why I want the bolt rifles is because I play with aggressors a lot, and I know I don't like dealing with them. If people are inexperienced and don't know how to deal with aggressors, it doesn't matter what weapon my intercessors have. I'm going to win. Or I'm going to kill what I need to kill.
Yeah, I think Ron's just saying you get a little bit more efficiency out of the assault bolters.
But what I'm saying is, with people who are smart and know better, there's a big bubble. There's an 18-inch bubble. They're not going to come in. I'm not going to move because something else may have came in. I still have those 5 rapid fire shots on something else for now. The squad's probably not. I'm going to try not to move the squad. I'm going to try to force myself into a position where I don't have to move the squad, or force my opponent into a position where that squad isn't going to move.
So what's your long range firepower then in the army?
I think I would bring 2 of those Corvus things that nobody likes.
I always bring 2.
Oh yeah, so a couple of Corvus Black Star. I did the math a while ago. I was playing on Mouse, right? Assault cannons, hurricane bolters, and I forget what the third thing was.
The 3 damage missiles or the ones that you can change?
3 damage missiles.
Okay.
Strong
And then,
strikes.
and then it was
Aspect Survey.
that's the one where it's minus.
An additional -1 to hit if you're supersonic.
Yeah.
No, Auspex Ray is real and hit rolls of 1.
Sorry, Aspect Ray, yeah, and then the Halo launchers.
Halo launchers,
Halo
and
launchers.
I learned, and no spoilers, I'm not going to give it, but Halo launchers are very good against Xeno specific.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Xenos have fly, like Necron destroyers have fly. All Eldar vehicles in Eldar have fly. Tau machines have fly. It's going to be great. -2 to be hit. They're great. I'm not a fan of the Corvus,
I think you.
but I just wish they had Power of the Machine Spirit, and I would always use them.
You need them because
They're cheap though.
you need to be able to. Okay, you have to use those things to target the enemy units that can hurt your 2 wound toughness 5 models. So if you have a unit of autocannons across the field, they run at those. Anything with strength 5 or higher and multiple, like 2 or more damage, Corvus turn 1 and target them. You have to. If you take out those first, then you take out anything with high strength. You gotta work your way down like a list of okay. Well, I want to fire by these. I want to fire by these. You work your way down that list.
Yeah.
And you win the game that way. Now again, I've never played with Deathwatch.
I think the major argument for the Corvuses is that most of the weapons are heavy, and you don't want to sit still with them because they're not super resilient. You're going to be hitting on 4s.
Not the hurricane bolters.
Correct. Yep.
And you're always going to be rapid firing with them now, which is nice.
That's pretty much why. Now, the only thing I think I would like to have is another unit of Hellblasters. However, I already have a Leviathan with a pair of Storm Cannon.
370
Yeah.
in Deathwatch.
So that is like 20 strength. There's your vehicle killer.
Yeah.
16 strength 8 -1 2 damage. Yeah, hitting on
16?
2s.
Is it 7 shots each?
8 shots
Shots
each.
Okay.
The chaos one.
2's minus. Yeah.
10
Okay.
each.
So it's strength 7 minus 2 damage.
Yeah, but here's the problem though with that. You're gonna have to bring a heavy support along with it.
What are your heavy support options in this book?
Hellblasters and Land Raiders.
I don't want to bring either one of those.
Yep.
So that's
Then again, the Land Raider I might bring would be
Crusader,
Crusader
with the Hurricane Bolters.
Yeah.
Crusaders are legit now.
Yeah, but they are.
With
Can I
the
ask you
point drop.
Can I ask you a question? You could bring that or Gallant.
Nah. You're right. Gallant would be better.
That's the big
Any
thing.
knight would be better.
But the problem is the Relic Leviathan. Now here's the thing that I was wondering. It says in the same detachment. Could I bring a Relic Leviathan
Oh wait a minute.
as an auxiliary detachment?
Why would I not just bring?
5 Hellblasters.
Yeah, no. Why would I could, but why would I just scrap the Leviathan and bring Castellan? Castellan?
604 points.
I'll have it. Right.
Yeah,
2, 4,
yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have it.
Yeah, Deathwatch with you get some
I love
big
Castellan.
swinger support like
Yeah.
that. Then yeah, you're gonna.
But if you want to go to the lore of the army, Castellan
But then
is
now I'm
great.
souping, and Steve don't like souping.
Yeah, see, I thought you were staying away from that, so that's why I was curious. Now, why not Razorbacks? Razorbacks still.
Oh, Razorbacks are fantastic.
Yeah, we were talking about that off camera too.
Double assault cannon. I used to love last cannons.
And storm bolters.
Can you do that with these ones?
It's a twin assault cannon.
Pretty
Yeah.
so, yeah.
They're weird about what you're allowed to bring. Sometimes.
Twin assault. It's basically a Razorback. Twin assault cannon or a twin las cannon.
What page you say, Steve? You know the page?
I don't.
It's at the
Oh,
end.
I thought you said something.
No. Probably. I have to say things. I have a lot of opinions on things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you do twin assault cannon.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And they're not that expensive.
90 and change.
You have 24. The thing about it though is, I would try to if I brought the Leviathan, maybe I wouldn't. I have to pay all the list.
For the Leviathan, there's a minimum of 165 point tax.
So what?
And you're going to have Hellblasters in your deployment zone, or you have to spend a command point to deep strike them turn 2.
Then again, I would.
Repulsor.
You're gonna get Repulsor in this army?
Yeah.
I wouldn't bother with the Leviathan. I wouldn't bother with Leviathan at all. I'd squeeze 3 repulsors on my list. Gatling cannon, the big one.
Yep.
The small Gatling cannon. Twin heavy bolter. And no, sorry, not twin heavy bolter. Twin las. So I'd actually mix it. I never normally do that, but twin las and Gatling cannon.
Can you take storm bolters on that thing?
You can take tons of them.
So take as many as you can, and you always get.
So the loader I want is exactly.
Yeah.
The loader I want for repulsor is both 300 points.
It's still cheaper than a Leviathan.
So I have 1 repulsor painted black right now.
Yep.
We have no diamonds to
Just
do,
paint
right?
the left door silver, and you're done.
Okay. So I will try my next game.
Before you paint
repulsor.
them, try it.
Yeah, of course. I'm actually not gonna paint them because I honestly, there's unspoken rule here at Mini Wargaming. It's not a rule. Sorry, here at Mini Wargaming. Wow, I'm in the Mini Wargaming Studios. If you don't know what Mini Wargaming is, how the heck do you know?
This isn't your house.
So, at Mini Wargaming, my day job, Josh, the Deathwatch player.
Yes.
And now there's no rules saying I can't play Deathwatch. But we all kind of like, Josh and the
army.
Yeah, Josh and the Deathwatch. Yeah, Matthew likes Tyranids. We love Matthew Tyranids. We all started playing Chaos when Dave was out doing movie stuff and not filming Battle for like a year, right?
Yeah.
So then we all started playing Chaos as well because we were filling the gaps. But we tend not to.
And you guys actually did very well. Like, you did very well Iron Warriors, and you had good with Death Guard. So good.
That's because of Horse here, so we all picked our Legion and stuff like that. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But I'll probably never do Deathwatch on Mini Wargaming. So here on Mountain Miniatures, I'll try this, but I would do 2 of those squads, 5 Intercessors, 1 Inceptor, 4 Aggressors.
Now think about the good thing. If you have two of these, you can put your 10-man squads in them.
Well, no, because they're gonna have Aggressors in them. But
how many can you fit in here?
Aggressors comes 2 models.
And how many can you fit in the repulsor?
10.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the squad that has 4 Hellblasters might go up to 5 Hellblasters instead of an Inceptor.
And put them in there.
And put them in here. I'm gonna play around with it, but there's how I'm making lists now.
Yep.
Now I actually might cut out the Corvus. However, I suspect 1 is necessary because, like I said, if your opponent has a squad of autocannons, you need that thing to go right after them.
Yeah. So you're really thinking of a full Primaris Deathwatch, no Vestal frag cannons, no.
I know I'm not the first to say this, but I'll say it here now again for everybody. The Primaris of the future, you gotta get the ultimate in your head. It's all done in garbage. It's not garbage. I didn't say that. It's all done.
I think the only old Space Marines that are going to stay are the ones in this book. For now.
But eventually get phased out. Like what I'm saying is, I'll bet. I won't say the phrase I normally say. I will bet me good money or my life that we don't see. Not my life.
Regular Space Marines.
I would bet good money that we don't see another Mark 9 or earlier Marine kit come out ever again. It's Primaris only from here on out.
I can't remember the listing of the regular Marine kit, right?
Deathwatch.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And Deathwatch they were doing I think they're all in Mark 8.
Mark 8? Okay, so I thought that was Mark 9. So yeah, so Mark 8 and earlier. So I don't think we'll ever see it again. I think they're slowly getting phased out.
Do you think they're going to get different weapons as well?
Sure.
Well, obviously, they're new snipers now.
Yeah, like the Vanguard stuff. That's a whole separate card. That'd be cool to talk about when that comes out. But yeah, like especially.
I hope we get them. I hope Deathwatch get them.
Probably won't. Especially now that we see that a 5-man squad of intercessors is like 20 points more than a 5-man squad of tactical marines.
Yeah.
They're all right there. They're telling you, this is a thing of the past. I'm okay with it. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a long time ago.
And they have 2 wounds. It's just
I think people might be upset. If you're upset, I'm sorry. Like it's probably a good thing. Move forward that way, but anyway,
as long as I keep the rules and have fun with it, or maybe make them cheaper. But
like if I were to paint any other Marine army again, if I want to go back to my Dark Angels, I actually play them all Primaris. My Raven Guard are all Primaris. Not only do I think it's the future, it's only models that really work in 8.
Yeah.
So long as you kill the proper models. Okay, so what do you guys think about my idea of pretty much Primaris Deathwatch? Other than the captains, you have to have those captains, right?
You can have Primaris Watch Captains.
Oh, you can.
But you need a Watch Master who is in regular power armor.
Oh, okay.
Well, the Watch Masters, that's just if you want that specific guy. You can't take a regular Apothecary, but you take a Primaris Apothecary.
Yeah, but you can also make
the only one that doesn't have an equivalent is the Watch Master.
Like, if you want to, you can make him look like this.
Well, that's pretty cool.
It's just a regular Watch Master, but this is the Lieutenant. I can't say him, I'll show you later.
But yeah,
so do you think my way can work?
I think your way. If I
like you don't know what you're playing against, it's a whatever list.
I like to play my stuff differently.
Sure.
I think there's sometimes some confusion about my philosophies when it comes to the way I play my Deathwatch. I started collecting in 7th before Primaris came out, so I already had the army, and I've always been in the mindset of, you know what, I think I could probably make a better Primaris army, but I win enough with my non-Primaris army that I'm not going to go spend the money and get rid of these old models, so they're good enough. Now, somebody coming in fresh, starting Deathwatch, I think you got the right mindset. I think yours is the smarter way to go. I think from a rule of cool, having really highly customized veteran squads,
that's their
super
thing,
cool.
Right? That's their thing.
But is it super effective? No. Probably not.
Well, you're paying a lot of points for 1 wound, toughness 4, 3 up armor. You pay a lot of points for that.
Okay.
Too
So
much.
here's the argument: is that it's the accessibility to things like storm bolters and storm shields. That's the only reason they're still part of the conversation.
Yes.
Only
18 points a model for 4 shots and a 3 up invulnerable.
Aggressor. That's all I'm going to say.
The Aggressor doesn't get special issue
I
ammunition.
don't care. 8th edition. Special issue ammunition. I'm not saying it's garbage. It's actually fantastic.
Yeah.
It's not what it was in the 7th.
What about
Aggressor.
what about Stormbolt or Stone Shields in Razorback going up the field?
That's Aggressor. I know, I'm not trying to be a complete dick about this, but that...
Not a complete dick.
But just a little bit, right? Like,
Just the
how can... I'm not saying Aggressor's better every time. It's Aggressor. But probably. You can spend
In
points...
most situations,
Hey, look,
Toughness 5, 2
Eight-
wounds.
18 plus
Potentially-
3d6 shots.
So, like, 18 plus 3d6 shots,
Moving.
or I wound on 2s. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying especially to do garbage, but you have to weigh everything against the Aggressor, who seems to be the future of Marines, or the current state of Marines. It's Aggressor. Which is so funny. I first reviewed them as, it's only Strength 4. It's 8th edition. It's all you need is Strength 4.
So you can Moon Knights on 6s.
You would anything on 6s.
Yeah, because volume of shots is all that's
Your
important.
toughness 47,
and
I wouldn't you on 6.
Your chapter tactic is basically you're picking a battlefield roll and rerolling wound rolls of 1, which make that strength 4 all the better. Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, what's also cool about this too is, and it really helped me out against another player, where it's the only book in all of the codexes where you can add +1 to wound for any battlefield roll more than once.
Yeah.
So even an Aggressor doing that on a Lord of War, on a Knight, now you have a man of 6 of them. That's 6, 12, 18, 20. What's 8? 36 36 plus 66 shots.
You don't need anti-vehicle guns if you got Aggressors with +1 to wound.
Yep.
That's
They're
a lot.
good
That's a
enough.
lot of. Aggressors
That's a lot of shots.
aggressors are a bubble of don't come here. It's a 3-foot bubble of don't come here. We played a 6x4 table. There's 3-foot bubble, multiple bubbles. Don't come here because one unit that comes in here is going to die.
Now, would you always just put them in the intercessor units, or would you bring them by themselves?
100%. Because me, when I see aggressors on the table, I go take them out. I don't want to have to go through 10 other wounds at toughness 5 because I get the toughness 5 from the aggressors. I don't want to go through 10 other wounds first. And it's poor.
So I can pull the toughness 4 models even if I say that the majority is toughness 5.
Yes. See, it is easier for me.
Oh, and they're OPSEC.
Yes, exactly. So it is easier for me to avoid that bubble than it is to go through those wounds and then the aggressors. Sometimes you're going to have to, and that's why when I play them, I'm going to force my opponent to have to go through those or try to. It's all. I'm going to try to force them to go through those extra wounds. What if you have to kill 10 toughness 5 wounds before you get to the aggressors?
Yeah.
Like, and then he's going to do the aggressors.
There's a little cheeky thing you could do, especially with Deathwatch, is if there's a relic that you can give a guy that has a storm shield, and it gives all Deathwatch within 6 inches of 5+.
If he doesn't move.
If he doesn't move. So if you get seized on, he technically hasn't moved. So as long as that unit, as long as one intercessor is within 6 inches of it, if it gets shot with a las cannon, yeah, your toughness 5, but you still have a 5 up in roll.
I think you might be better off just spending 2 command points and putting them in cover for troll. I think probably better. You know what? As I'm saying this, and I'm thinking it's time.
Now the Terminators.
I think it's time for Steve to buy the Loyal 32 because we need some command points for these guys. Right?
Yeah.
You ever do it?
No, I've never bothered with the Deathwatch.
I'm doing a league. Yeah, I have to bring the guard. And the reason why is because I'm doing. We were talking about this a couple days ago. I'm doing Deathwatch Knights and guard.
Yeah, I don't want. Oh my.
So that's super efficient. I've done Deathwatch along with the Knights plenty of times.
Yeah.
A Castellan, a bunch of Deathwatch, and the Loyal 32.
The Knight thing. Okay,
But
I like.
I'm
a
sure
Castellan.
everybody does that.
You can get more shots out of a Knight if you make it a crassed Crusader.
How come?
So a Crusader has the Avenger Gatling Cannon.
Yep.
And it has the Rapid Fire Battle Cannon.
Okay.
You make it crassed. Now, there's a Warlord trait you can give it, which is reroll hit rolls of 1. And then there's a crassed relic that if it has 10 or more wounds, you add 1 damage. If it's Titanic, it's 2 damage. So now your Battle Cannon is D3 plus 2 damage.
Oh,
Your
that's
Avenger
better.
Gatling Cannon against Knights is
better.
4 damage.
That's better.
And they have a stratagem where
How many points is that guy?
he's under 6. He's like 540.
I wonder if just Punchy Fist is better. Save
Yeah, we were
200
talking
points.
earlier about the way I run my Knight
Just
errand.
save 200 points and punch him.
Yep.
Because not only does it...
Problem is, though, you won't get the tradition if it's a super heavy auxiliary.
Yeah.
But you take 2 armigers, too.
You take 2 armigers. And there's your long-range firepower, 2 Helverins. So that's how I do mine. I have a Castellan with 2 Armiger Helverins. I keep the... You know where I keep the Helverins?
In the corner.
In the corner, 70-inch range, 43 shots, strength 7, 3 damage flat.
Armigers can move and fire without penalty, right?
They're cannons. Technically not the stubber, but yeah.
Who cares?
Nobody.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
You hide them in a line sight turn.
And now here's the good thing. So there's an extra 3 command points.
Yeah.
There's 3 for those? So I'd rather take that than the Loyal 32 then.
So what you do is you can get the Gallant.
I don't want to be that guy. I already play Orks.
No, so you can get the Gallant for like 350, and then 2 Armiger Helverins are 174. Because to get 3 command points for the Knights, you need to have a big Knight, a minimum of 1 big Knight. Now, if you want 6 command points, you have to bring 3 big Knights. You get 6.
Then you're getting pretty.
But you're gonna spend those 6 command points to giving them relics and warlord traits.
Guess what next game's gonna be? Do we have a Gatling Rapid Fire Balkan Knight?
I'm sure.
I don't know if we do actually. You
have like 14 Knights in that room over there.
That's half of them. And yeah, I don't think we have that little. I'll look. I do, but he's Painted Chaos.
No, we got him somewhere.
There might be a Chaos scripted Knight, and that's about right. I think I'm gonna try. I think I'm doing this next game.
Okay, where are you at with bikers? You still?
Okay, so I thought bikers could all have Stormbolters.
No, I told them that like a day ago.
I'm like, oh,
just the sergeant.
I still think they're pretty good though.
But see, now the good thing is, so here's the good thing. Now that he's on the bike, that Stormbolter's always gonna be rapid.
But here's what they are. I apologize. You roll your eyes. It is a 14-inch moving aggressor with
auto advances 6.
It is a 14-inch moving aggressor with only 8 shots. That's how.
But it does have access to the specialist ammunition.
Right. So you can go from 12 plus 2d6 shots to 8, both specialist ammunition and movement. It might be a good trade.
It's not terrible. See, I like using them because you can cheat their movement a little bit. You move 14, you charge something crappy and tie it up.
And here's what you do with the bikers. You don't bring them as fast attack.
Bring them as interceptors?
No, you bring them with veterans with stalker bolters in the background because stalker bolters.
How much for 5?
Stalker bolters are poo now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, why would that just bring more stormbolters?
Either way, you can do it either way.
But you have 24 inch.
He's talking about making them obsec and giving them Vanguard vets. They can fall back and shoot and fall back and charge still.
So four bikers, but they don't have stormbolters. They just have their twin bolt guns, and then you have so they can fall back and charge because they're bike.
So I can use my Raven Wing bikers.
Yeah.
Paint one arm silver.
Yeah. Because Deathwatch bikers got cheaper too when everything else got cheaper.
Yeah, Deathwatch saw an overall every model point cost going down.
Yeah.
And now when you can have a Stormbolt or Storm Shield for 6 points.
Well, this is just jump. This is bandwagon jumping. I guess it's Marines though, because they're pretty poo.
This is the only way to if you want to have a fun, even in competitive, if you want to have a good time playing Marines, you have to play Deathwatch, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
If you want to win, now I've won half of my games, maybe a little bit more with Deathwatch, but I wouldn't have won all those games without playing Ultramarines. Well,
fall back and shoot.
-1. You're never going to do it with your Hellblasters because you're going to kill them.
Better than not shooting at all.
Yeah.
See, that's where I mean, like, cause yeah.
But they also lack long range firepower.
You might not need it.
We should have Predators.
No, I would never take a Predator anymore. Armiger.
Yep.
Predators are useless now. Armiger. Armiger's guy.
Yeah, and it can move.
It's fast.
That's the thing, is playing pure Deathwatch is tough.
Everything old school Marine, it does not work anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take a Land Raider. I'm using a Repulsor.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take a Predator. I got an Armiger. I'm not going to take a Venture Squad. I like Aggressors and Intercessors.
It's kind of funny to me though. If I want to play Deathwatch fluffy, I'm not going to. I don't know why, but I like playing a full Deathwatch army. But playing a full Deathwatch army is not as fluffy as actually playing it with allies because they are meant to come in silently, kill what they're supposed to kill, not to have a whole army battle fight with them. So I think them coming in, like, they're up in the teleportarium and they see Knights and Guard working together to kill Orks. They're over here in the corner trying to get that mech boy because he's got some technology. That's what I like about.
I agree, but I don't want to because then I'm just agreeing to soup.
I know. It's the easiest way to be like, it's soup, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's lore-based soup.
Steve might play some lore-based soup in next Mountain Miniatures game.
I would love to see you play soup. You playing soup is like watching Legal porn. I mean, well, it's like watching porn on YouTube. I mean,
okay.
That's what I.
What kind of illegal ass porn are you watching?
Goodbye.
I like to thank Ron for coming in and doing back.
I'm never coming to this country again.
He's not going to get back.
I'm not going to be allowed. They're gonna.
Did you bring a laptop with you?
No, they asked me that at the border.
Oh goodness!
Like, did you bring a laptop? I'm like,
you
no.
smuggling some of your illegal porn into my country? I like to thank Miniwargamer Josh for coming in and giving us some Deathwatch veteran experience in this conversation. Thanks for watching Happy Wargaming.
Yeah.
What the fuck were you watching? I don't know. It's like watching legal porn.
Can you keep this in?
What are you watching? Please shut the camera off.
Shut the camera. Oh look, get that horse out of here.